Okay, so this is just for the recording. No one else is on yet, but I'll record. I'm just going to share my screen and share my editing process. Okay, so we're editing Tom's menopause autoresponder. Okay, and this is the document. These are all his notes. I'm just going to start where his emails start, which is right here. Yo, Tom, what's up?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. I'm just on the first email.
Okay.
Yep. I added some subject lines. Like with these, I kind of wanted to make them feel like maybe there's something wrong with the order or something that gets them to order it, to open it right away. So these, just, a couple more to test. And then I wanted it in the open email. I wanted to give them a context for getting the email. Like, it's not necessary. They might open the email and not know who the hell it's from. So the first couple sentences, I'm just going to remind them.
Okay. You don't think they'll be expecting the email if they've just purchased it?
They may not check the email and then come back a day later.
A note for the future, get the product name correct.
That's fine, dude.
Are you recording this currently?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I believe I am. Let me check just to make sure. Yes, I am.
Okay, good.
Okay, so from here to here, like, did you what was your thinking from here to here? Like, what was the purpose of this section for you?
To establish myself as like a trusted authority. That like in the later messages that they should listen to me because I'm different from the other people that they may have been listening to before.
Okay, so a better way to do that is something like if you want to establish yourself as authority, you just include proof elements. Like,
so for this one in particular, I was following along with one of Ian Stanley's templates.
okay.
So I guess what I found with his, someone would go for like a pre-launch, or at least in the ones I've seen, they're more for like pre-launch of products.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's the wrong.
This is like, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like trying to get I'm trying to figure out what you were like. Every piece of copy, when you write it, you want to have a purpose for it. So like if you're looking to establish yourself as an authority, like you want to include some proof elements. And you can say stuff like this stuff right here is good. I may even put that up here. So let me see if I can. That's pretty funny. Hey Thea, how you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are you feeling better?
Yes, not 100% yet, but yes.
Okay, wonderful. So here's one thing: the words like myriad is not like something I would like say in everyday normal speak.
You're clearly not as flamboyant as I am.
Yeah. Okay, this is good to go. Email one is good to go. This is wonderful. I like it. What is happening here? Why is there a huge jump?
I don't think that's me. Unless my
whatever.
keyboard. Yeah.
I just want like a little bit of space so I can, I don't know, for formatting.
The thought behind this is just, again, with the deliverability, try and get them to respond back.
If they respond back, it helps deliverability. Is that what a lot of them say?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's one of the major things that ISPs are looking at now.
Okay. I'm not sure if I think our autoresponder is able to put the names in, but like I'm fine with just doing this.
Okay. Who are you, or what email software are you using?
I'm using a CRM called Connective, and I don't know what email software they're going to connect me with. It might be Aweber, but I'm not sure.
With Aweber, you definitely can put it in, as long as you've captured the name.
Yeah, most you can. I just don't know if we're capturing the name or not. Oh, okay. We must be. We must be on the
I mean, you've got to
form.
send it to them somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So yeah, but with the, I'm fine just doing that.
Okay.
And that's just a personal preference thing. That it's not like copy related.
Yeah, that part doesn't make sense now, I think.
Yeah, we don't have a support page yet. It's just the two of us. So once we build it in, we can include this. It's short enough that we don't need a PS. You got to give me a context for this.
Okay. As in, always make sure they know it's about menopause.
I mean, like if it goes to your inbox, right, you're looking at it and you just see very angry. It doesn't, you don't know it's from menopause. You're getting 50 emails a day, you know what I'm saying?
Is it always important that they know it's about, like in this case, menopause, rather than that it just catches their attention? I mean,
the fact that it's about menopause will help catch their attention.
I suppose thinking like a lot of the stuff I've been seeing, I suppose less in health, but like in the financial stuff, there's often like no mention at all that it's anything to do with finance. They just put like, some of them are just like, was even like an empty subject line. They just want anything that catches your
Well, if
eye.
it's current event focused, it will, like anything, like people are attracted to what's new and out of the ordinary. So like if it's a news event or something new that's happening, that automatically carries some manner of attention and interest. But just saying the word anger doesn't really capture as much attention. If you describe a story or a situation that invokes a lot of anger, that will catch attention, but that's more of a like the lead type thing instead of like a subject line. A subject line, you got to say something substantial in order to get them to open it. Like they've got to read this and then click on it and open it. And think about your email. Think about your email inbox. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my email inbox is impeccably organized, so.
Unlike mine.
Let's go to past tense.
Even though I was trying to like jump into the action, so then using present tense, like this is what she's thinking at the time.
You can jump in the middle of a story while using past tense. This is more visual. I don't know if this is a British versus American English thing, but we usually put the adverbs after. But even so, like, it doesn't lose a whole, the sentence doesn't lose a whole lot just by taking the adverb away. Like, when I'm at the end of a copy project and I'm editing, most of what I do is just make sentences simpler without losing the power of the sentence.
Is there any sort of, what's the word, rules about when you should be using single versus double quotes?
Not really. I just use double quotes usually. So this is kind of an abrupt transition. I like the story opening. But like I would do something like there you go. So when you're trying to do like an analogy like this,
Yeah.
you're using a lot of words right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a phrase that one of the viscerally fizzing frustration I got off Reddit and just really, really liked it and wanted to include it. So perhaps
You got it off Reddit?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that changes things. I will always trust Reddit answers more than my own. But what about this magma in an underground cavern? Was that from Reddit too, or is that something you added?
No, that's something I added.
Okay. This is already viscerally fizzing frustration is already a very marble mouthy phrase. Like this is all makes it the whole sentence is hard to digest. One of the things I'm always thinking about when I'm editing is digestibility. How easy is it to read? How easy is it for them to get what I'm saying in their brain without having to do a lot of work? Like I would almost just like you already get the same thing with, you know, about half the number of the words. This is good. I like that. I like this. I like that. Okay, so like I would end this with like But this early in the like, they're probably at this stage, they're going to get the autoresponder and whatever email broadcast we're getting. So they may be getting 2 emails a day from us, one promotion oriented and one just value oriented. I don't want to trigger any email spam filters.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we shared a lot of like personal stories.
Mm-hmm. I was trying, I guess the thought was through my own personal experience, like demonstrate that these solutions, and then through that they imagine themselves in it.
You can always do something like okay, interesting. This is just British spelling versus American spelling.
Ah, yes. I need to be careful with that, I think, if I'm...
Yeah, it's all good. Just cutting out the wordiness. Excuse me. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, so this isn't really the emotional core of it. the emotional core is like, I don't feel like a woman anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Like that. Okay. So you from here on out, like here you try to get the attention with a relatable story. I like that. From here on down, like I'm not quite sure what the point is. This whole from here to here, her talking to her sister is kind of like an origin story of the solution. Is that what were what's going through your head when you were writing this?
I wanted I wanted the advice to be sort of coming from someone external, so it wasn't always me like preaching or teaching.
Okay.
No. And again, these were, I mean, the sister part I made up, but the advice part, again, I got from Reddit about what they should be doing. Just like, keep going.
Okay. That's fine. What I would do here is I would instead transition into like why they're experiencing it and what will fix it. So mechanism of the problem, mechanism of the solution. So like
Yeah, sorry, Thea. I think that was me with my microphone on.
yeah, no worries. We got some in the chat. Sorry. Oh, okay.
So in each of these emails, you always, again, restate the mechanism of the problem, even though they presumably have read the sales page.
Yeah, I might say it in a different way. But it doesn't help it doesn't hurt to reinforce it. Is this something that people actually use?
Yeah, no, this was one of the suggestions that I read about.
Wow. In the PSs, if you're going to write a PS, you got to show me something new, a new angle, or a new piece of info that I haven't gotten. Or something that makes me go back into the email or something.
So what I was trying to do was to open a loop so that they want to read the next one.
So if you want to
finish the story.
Yeah, if you want to open a loop, you got to give me something very specific for the next email that you're going to reveal.
Okay. Not
like what else did I do is a very vague open loop. Read tomorrow's email to find out the weird frog trick I used to fix my blah, 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 blah. That's a stronger one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need the PS for now.
I thought perhaps you could stick in an affiliate link if you wanted to the product
We don't have any
directly.
affiliates set up right now, so we will in the future. That would be a great idea, but right now we don't have that. So,
Okay. If you say, let me know if you have any questions, and then they actually email with you questions and you don't respond, doesn't that sort of then leave a bit of a bad taste, or just doesn't matter?
I may respond with a future email, or I may not. You know, there's always the excuse we get so many that we can't get to everything.
Hmm.
This is my favorite email that you wrote, by the way. This.
It was the most fun to read into as well.
Right, like it's the most interesting. Like you left the most interesting piece. You didn't put the most interesting piece in the subject line. Like I would put this in the subject line.
So this is before I realized what SSL actually meant. I thought that just meant second subject line.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Yeah.
I wonder if this might be too gross to. What a great line. That's a great sentence. I want to leave out any religiousness. Maladies is like, I feel like a scientist is talking to me.
Perceived to.
Again, this sentence is like, I feel like I'm reading a history textbook. Like, do women really think childbirth is a horrible experience? Painful for sure, but
yeah.
I've heard childbirth described as like the most terrifying experience of my life. It's yeah.
Okay, terrifying. Okay, that's a good word.
But I would say that the viewpoint from the doctors.
Oh,
would be,
okay. Okay, so this makes more sense. Thank you for your input, Thea. You probably know way more about this than me, so feel free to chime in at any point.
I mean, if you'd ever be interested in taking on, you know, a woman to help you work on this project, I might know a gal. Rachel.
Sure, anything would help, you know.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's actually the modern solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who suggests this?
There's actually a product called like the menopause magnet that you can buy.
No.
Yeah.
What? This looks like a vibrator or something. Like what? What's the mechanism? How does it help me?
I think the idea is it increases like blood flow, but
Wow. Fascinating. Okay.
It's like a glimpse of my future, and I don't like it. I don't like it one little bit.
Okay. I like that you have some personality with this. Yeah, I like this line.
here, if you introduce the bullets there as one of the weirder remedies, then doesn't that sort of clash with a no-brainer?
I don't think it's that clashy. I don't think anyone's going to read that and be like, wait a minute, you said weird. They're reading this purely for entertainment, you know? Okay, so these are great. I like this. Okay, so this is great information. I have two issues with this sentence. Number one, it sounds like a history book, and number two, it's too long. of a sentence. So I want to make it easy. Like all my sentences, I want to be easy to understand. I don't want to call it a bestseller because it's a competing product. You know what I'm saying?
True. Competing product that at the same time you make sound quite unattractive, at least based on his like viewpoints.
Right. Any questions about what I did with this one? Pretty straightforward, right? So
This was from the previous one where I said I would then finish the story. So
okay.
Yeah, the cream took care of the physical problem, but now I had to take care of like the emotional or problem in her relationship.
So like the sequence isn't as important when you're it's important when you're launching a product, but if it's an autoresponder that's meant to entertain and give value, it's not as important because you can't like people may not have read email 5 or 4 or 3. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah.
So like I would suggest that since we already talked about like this part, we had an email about anger, an email about dryness. This is more about the same thing, but the biggest symptoms are like hot flashes and night sweats. So I would move this one back a bit. Okay, so this is really good right here. Like, I like this. I like where it flows to down here. All this, the Marvin Gaye stuff, I don't know. What do you think about the Marvin Gaye stuff?
I suppose I was again wanted to try and make it like a fun entry into it, and this was one of the correlation email suggestions from the 80/20 email copy course.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean was a correlation?
So like from things that you experience in day-to-day life or seemingly unrelated things to then talk about them and pivot into the problem or pivot into whatever it is that you were selling.
I see what you're trying to. So like, okay, so basically you're trying to go like something day-to-day life pivoted into the problem.
Yeah.
So I like that sentiment. It's just it just needs to be a lot more on the nose. So what do I mean by that? Let me show you what I mean by that. These are great lyrics, Marvin Gaye. I love it. Can you kind of see how I did basically that entire thing in
Yeah.
4 lines? And I want to make it I want to transition to menopause as quickly as possible. So this is kind of how I would do it.
How would you decide whether to be, as you said, like very short and on the nose and pivot quickly into, in this case, menopause, as opposed to like trying to show more like personality or humor to it?
If the story that you're like, it depends on how attention grabbing your story is. If your story is very interesting on its own and emotional and very attention grabbing, then I wouldn't feel the need to transition into menopause so quickly. Does that sort of make sense? Like if it's like Marvin Gaye gave me a really interesting piece of menopause advice, you know, then I could drag the story out a little bit. But if it's just like about the song or whatever, everyone's heard the song. There's nothing new or interesting that you're giving me about the song. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. This, Tom, just to clarify, I love these emails. I'm going through them and I'm only pointing out because I'm like trying to get them, you know, and give you feedback on. But in general, I did really like these emails. I'm just trying to, I don't know, do a teaching thing. So I'm sorry if it's overly critical.
No, it's fine. I'm fine with criticism. I just want to understand, like, in what situation, or if, because I'm guessing it's not just like a blanket rule, and there are some, like, some audiences and some products where you can be a bit more verbose.
It really depends on the story, I think. I like this. So one more thing, Tom, like, that is obviously a complex topic. Your relationship with your husband is unique, so what works for your marriage may be different to mine. I'll revisit this topic in the future. For now, the most valuable piece of advice I can give is let him know you care. So the end of this, I kind of like. The beginning, it, again, sounds like it sounds like a man talking. So you know, I'm not the best at writing from a female voice, but like
are there any sort of specific things that give it away as a man talking?
That is obviously a complex topic. This gives it away. The word unique, maybe, like, I would write something like there you go. So this is better. Words like wonderful, you know? Like, look how this woman, like, I can tell this is something you grabbed off Reddit, right? Or somewhere. Like, look how this woman talks. I make sure he gets lots of effect. You just use too fancy words. Your words are too fancy and not colloquial. Is my genuine breakdown. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. Great email. I'm running out of steam, so we may have to do a second session later on. Where are we on? Number 7, number 8, number 9. How many did I was I paying you for? 10 in total?
Yeah.
Should we power through? We have 3 left. Okay, I can do this. Ning, you can do this.
It's the beginning of the day. You should be full of energy.
I've been going for like surprisingly an hour of hardcore like editing, whatever. It takes a good amount out of you. See, this is kind of cute. I like that. Okay, so you take 9 lines to get into. This is 9 lines of fluff. I don't mind a line or two of fluff, but like I would start right away. Like, here's the ice and stockings way of dealing with hot flashes. Yeah.
Okay.
Technique ice is just some ice packs or whatever.
Yeah, they're like a specific type of ice pack that don't like sort of dry ice, so they don't get wet when they start to
Okay.
So sorry, warm.
Where did you get this? My sternum, just where the ribs. You got that?
Yeah, this is again a Reddit, so this is an actual solution.
What a great nugget that you found there. This is such. Oh man, that's great. Like this is. It was my sternum, just where the ribs start to gap in the middle. It was that exact wording that you found?
Yep.
Holy cow, that's great. Okay, I like this email. Move up in the sequence.
Again, the idea was to earn a little bit of extra through like Amazon affiliate sales, but
Right, I haven't set that up yet, so it's cool just to do this. Can you buy dry ice at like a supermarket store or something?
I don't know. I mean, dry ice, I guess, is slightly separate to this type of ice pack. The dry ice is like, what is it? Like the frozen gas stuff that you play with in physics.
Right.
So like hydratable ice packs, maybe? I mean, the solution is more useful if, like, actually useful if it is that type of ice, though, because otherwise they're just going to get sodden wet.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there a reason you removed "you should" there?
That's like masculine, feminine language. You should versus be careful to.
Okay, need to make a note of that. Right.
Like I imagine my mom saying, "Be careful," you know. This is good enough. We don't need this extra stuff. I can't imagine people doing this in the workplace.
Well, this woman did.
Really?
Yep. I'm guessing she had a fairly liberal workplace.
Okay. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. This is something you found as well?
Yeah, the story about the noise of her children.
Okay.
I added. I think I just wrote the opening line, but.
So when you're coming up with the opening line, I would stop and think like, what is the one line that carries the most emotional impact? And when I read it, I understand the basic of the entire story. Okay. Let me give you an example. So go ahead and read that. I read that one line. It's an emotional gut punch. And I know exactly what the story is going to be about. You know. So like for this, I think this is a better line right here than this. So I would lead with this. All they desire. This is just a formatting thing. I'm going to change it to past tense. Okay, I like this is good. Good. This is good.
Yeah, I need to enable the American spell checker.
Mr. History Book came back. So shall the reparation of that damage.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether it was right to switch to saying we instead of
Yeah, that's
I.
fine.
Yeah, okay.
This makes me sound like I'm talking with a customer service type person.
Yeah. Improving your experience.
Yeah. Sorry, this is a work thing. Crap.
Okay. It was sort of a play on the one weird trick type ads that are all over the place.
Okay, so the trick was what? To take Estrocom?
No, the trick for her was to stop making excuses about it. So Estracom dealt with the getting more sleep and feeling better about herself, but
Okay.
yeah.
So, okay. I'm gonna literally call it right there, and then I'll organize another thing to edit the last email. Because I have that work thing right now. But overall, these are pretty close. Everything I edited, I think, is like pretty good and ready to go. And this last one, I think it just needs an edit pass, and that's pretty much it. Cool.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah. You're good to send me the invoice for the second half. We'll finish this up at some point, and then yeah. I hope everyone got a lot out of that. Did that help? Just watching me edit?
Help me.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. If you're asking me.
Okay, cool. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a good day.
You too. See you soon.
Catch you soon, guys.